Project and Technology, Institute of Informatics and Communication. Thank you. Rasika, please welcome Dr. Mahadev Gavas. Thank you so much. We find ourselves at the threshold of an extraordinary voyage, a collective exploration brimming with opportunities for learning, rich experiences and profound enlightenment. Commencing such a journey traditionally involves the ceremonial act of lighting a lamp. Just as light banishes darkness, knowledge dispels ignorance. With this symbolic illumination in mind, we inaugurate our event. May I now request our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to light the traditional lamp. Okay, the lighting of the lamp will be happening later. Thank you, sir. So now we move on to the next agenda. We are eager to learn from your experience and leadership, Mr. Bhushan Savaikar, sir. May I ask the Director of Higher Education to formally welcome the gathering.
Good afternoon. Respected Sir Sri Prasad Dodekar, Secretary of Higher Education, Government of Goa, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Principal Investigator, Samar Project, Delhi University, Shri Sharad Mishra, Head of the Project and Technology, Delhi University, Anil Singh, Head of the Technology R&D, Delhi University, Principals of various higher education institutions, faculty members and my friends. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you for the signing of MOU between Samarth, Delhi University and Government of Goa, which will make the way for implementation of Samarth platform, e-governance platform in the state of Goa. Delhi University has developed and implemented this Samarth project or Samarth initiative, you can say, in partnership with Ministry of Education, Government of India, and is implementing this initiative in various higher education institutions and also in various universities across India. Samarth is a system of governance and management of higher education institutions plus school education institutions, and is implemented to streamline the administrative processes, enhance data-driven decision making, and improve delivery of services to its stakeholders. Samarth will also enable monitoring and compiling of the data into education institutions and achieving goals set up by NEP. As of now, this Samarth has been implemented in more than 2,500 higher education institutions across the country, 116 universities, 4 IITs, 12 NITs, and more than 2,300 education institutions. On these occasions, I would like to welcome Professor Sanjeev Singh to the state of Goa, Shri Sharad Mishra and also Arun Singh, all from Delhi University to the state of Goa, and wish them a very pleasant stay in the state of Goa. I welcome you all, welcome the principals, the faculties, other personnel who have come here, and hope that the state of Goa, with implementation of Samarth initiatives, will achieve the goals that is desired by this initiative. Thank you.
I'm am confident that together we will achieve great things. Thank you, Shri Bhushan Savaikar sir, again. As we proceed further, it is time to know more. Who else is in better position to throw light on this endeavor? I request Professor Sanjeev Singh to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. My esteemed Honorable Secretary Higher Education, the Director Higher Education, and my other esteemed colleague on the dais. This is really a moment of joy where we see the true collaboration between the higher education institutions and the state government where they are taking care of higher education, and how we can provide together the seamless integration of various processes. So this is one small example of the initiative which is led by Ministry of Education, Government of India, and how Delhi University, under the name Samar, we are implementing, and we are again collaborating with various institutions across the country and different states to make the processes more seamless, more transparent, more available. That is the core objective of this initiative, where I'm very hopeful, and I'm really excited that very soon that higher education in Goa state will transform and will be more productive in terms of utilizing this framework with the core processes of all the institutions in the Goa state. So this journey has been very, very exciting, and there have been very exciting learnings from different states. We have been working closely with other states like Assam, Jammu and Kashmir, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha. So all these states have been working very closely with us, and they have migrating from the conventional ways of governance to the e-governance through Samarth. So there would be a very exciting journey for all of us, and I'm really eager to see the productivity enhancement and the outcome we are going to make once we implement this project in Goa state. So I request the Honorable Secretary here and the Director of Higher Education and their colleagues to wholeheartedly, support this initiative, and we provide our full commitment and support for this execution, and we see the very fast and the speedy execution in this entire state. And with that, thank you so much, and having us here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Singh. I am sure that the Institute of Informatics and Communication needs erudite scholars and dedicated researchers like you. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable CM is on his way and will join us shortly. It is time to know more about Samarth now. So may I now request Sri Sharad Mishra, Head of Project and Technology at the Institute of Informatics and Communication, to enrich us more on Samarth. I also request the dignitaries on the dais to occupy seats in the audience.
Thank you, Madam. Respected Sir, Director Sir, Professor Sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Sharad. I will be sharing some details about the Samar platform and I'll be welcoming questions and queries from all of you. So feel free to ask anything that you need clarity for. Thank you. So as Madam very aptly described right at the beginning, that Samar is an open source led and open initiative based on open standards for higher education. So that is the foundation of Samarth platform, as we call it. Samarth is integrated, unified ecosystem of multiple modules and services, which when brought together help an institution to automate diversified functions, ranging from academics to employee management to finance to different governance functions also. So over the course of my presentation, we'll cover briefly, we'll touch upon the modules available in Samarth for automation. We'll see what all functions, governance functions are covered through these modules. Then we'll also dive a bit deeper into an integrated admissions system, because I believe that would be the first point of starting the journey with the next academic session. So we'll delve a bit deeper into the integrated admission system. So without further ado, I'll just begin. So I hope it is visible to everybody, but just in case, I'll just mention few details on the slides which I have covered. So Samarth is a automation platform. It's a digital public infrastructure project in higher education domain by Ministry of Education, Government of India, and it empowers the HEI, the higher education institutions, with tools and technologies to automate different processes and functions. Now, these processes and functions are broadly categorized in 4 domains. The first one being academics and student life cycle, which starts with the admission and goes till graduation, and post-graduation, the alumni activities also. So all the life cycle points are covered in Samarth through different modules. Then employee life cycle, which starts from recruitment and goes till retirement. Here also different life cycle activities are covered, like payroll management, leave management, your research management, different activities are covered here. Then finance and accounts, which starts from preparation of budget estimates, requesting the budget, and then making your accounting entries, recording all the bills and expenditures, and then at the end, all the financial year generating reports, which are accounting standard requirements like balance sheets and ledgers and different kind of income and expenditure reports. Those can also be readily prepared through the system. And these are not the activity which one needs to do towards the end, right? So throughout the life cycle of a bill, if the bill moves through the system, it again contributes to different stages of reporting as it moves in the system, so that eventually towards the end you simply need to generate a report. The life cycle would be recorded already. Then we have governance and decision support. This is the function where we have a large number of modules catering to different functions within the institution. These are again very diversified in nature. So it ranges from RTI management to legal case management, having a listing of essential services like sports, security for the students, having healthcare services listed here for the employees, and automating the processes to some extent. For example, generation of OPD cards, all these functionalities are available through these modules which are clubbed under the governance domain. So the idea of having all these functions integrated together is to offer a unified platform, right, which provides a single window access to the stakeholders, the end users, which the end users could be, for the academic and student life cycle, the end users could be the students and faculties engaging with the system. For employee, they are largely the faculties and non-teaching staff interacting with the system. So the system offers a unified gateway. So they don't need to have multiple logins or multiple accesses to different, distributed and often disintegrated modules. They can access all the automation, all the services through a single login and through a single access. It offers process automation, redesign and re-engineering processes can be done through these technologies. Many a times the institutions which are growing, which are coming up, they can tap onto these technologies and have an advantage in terms of building their procedures around the system also, so that because some of the best practices are already recorded in the system by it being used by so many other institutions. So it also acts as a platform, as a launch pad for new and coming institutions where you need not invest in process designing and designing systems for automation. You have a template ready with you which you can just adopt and build upon. Then it offers a decision support system, another very important factor for policymakers and governance in charges. So this decision support system, it allows the institutions to have data-driven insights. And often what happens is most of our decisions are based on the reports that are sought, right? But reports are generally generated based on the activities which may have happened in the past, but the collation of data is happening at a distinct point in future or at present. Whereas if systematically right from the beginning the data is fed at regular life cycle points into the system, systematically the reports are generated and systematically the insights are populated, which helps the decision makers to have a greater depth of understanding into the functioning of not just the modules but the institution itself. And again, it's very recently introduced NEP 2020. Samar allows the higher education institutions to have a quick start on NEP 2020 by utilizing the templates which are already available for the institutions. So for example, if you want to launch a NEP 2020 compliant program, you already have a template available in the software where the system would ask you to feed information for making a program more NEP oriented, right? It won't delve into the actual teaching that's done in the classroom, but overall structure it will provide you in terms of multiple entry, multiple exits, credit schemes, and having a uniformity in terms of categorization of different courses, having uniformity in terms of component of different evaluation groups within a particular course and across the curriculum, across the program catalog of the institution. So this has been our journey. This was also mentioned by Madam that so far we are catering to more than 2,500 institutions pan India. We started in 2019 with 5 pilot universities, and then this is the scale that we have touched. These 2,500 higher education institutions, they are also a different character. They are colleges, they are technical institutions, there are autonomous institutions, there are universities of all the sizes which have used Samar in the past and are continuing to use Samar to automate their processes. Now, this gives an overview of all the modules available in Samar. So, of the broad 4 categories that I defined, there are modules in every category. So, for example, on the left side we have the primary modules, which are 30 odd in number, and then on the left hand side we have additional module for broader coverage, which are again 10 to 12 in number. So, put together there are 44 modules available in Samar. And there are more modules which are introduced based on the requirements of the institution and the nature of delivery of higher education. So, for example, we have an open book examination module. This examination module was essentially developed and used during pandemic. There was no such module before, but with the upcoming requirements of the institution, this module was designed. But now it's being offered as an additional module. It is available for any institution to use anytime, not just in critical scenarios like COVID. So I'll just mention the modules very briefly, and will describe the functioning of these modules very quickly to you all. So first group is employee related modules. We have recruitment. So recruitment module in Samar allows you to have recruitments in compliance with the UGC as well as state policies. So it allows the institution to have API calculation done automatically for assistant professor level advertisements, and for professor and associate professor level advertisement there are different rules for scoring the application which are done dynamically as the application is filled. Thereafter, the scrutiny of the application, the screening committee, interview, all of these activities can also be managed through the system, and it actually fast tracks the entire recruitment process. There have been instances where the recruitment keeps on going for a couple of months, and through this system it can be very well managed within a couple of weeks only. Then we have employment management. This module allows the institution to have the entire HR personal information system controlled and manage the life cycle of all the employees. The institutions can mark critical events like promotion, movement, deputation, assignment, all these activities within the system. And you can release the ID cards for new joinees through the system. You can give their logins through the system. So this allows the administrators, maybe the establishment branch in your institutions or the HR departments, to have a process management on the employee domain. Now we have leave management. Now this particular module is also fully configurable, right? So all these modules that we have built in Samar, these allow you to configure themselves to a great deal without having any programmatic expertise, right? So for example, in leave management system, you can define any types of leaves. You can define the quotas for those leaves. You can define which employee is entitled for that particular type of leave, and what is the criteria for entitlement, whether it is tenure, whether it is the cadre, whether it is the years of service in a particular position, so on and so forth. So all these configurations can be done right there in the system without going into the programmatic part of it. Similarly, we have payroll management, which allows you to incorporate 7th pay commission, 6th pay commission rules directly into the system without any programmatic intervention. It also allows you to do payroll management for contractual employees, for ad hoc employees. It also supports, it goes to the extent to support you to do hourly and weekly based payments also by tracking those work portfolios and time sheets. So basically all of it can be configured as rules in the system and then can be utilized by the institution for the long term life cycle. And when the changes are there, for example, generally there are announcements like DA has increased for a particular period, right? So those are also available as settings in the system. You would not have to do computations outside the system, then import the data. There is just not data entry system. You are doing the configurations and the system is managing the life cycle for you. The system is taking you from one stage to the other stage based on the rules that you have configured. Then we have knowledge management system. It is a very important system for higher education institution because this system acts as the repository of the knowledge generated by the employees, by the staff, by the researchers, like publications, patents, different type of activities, workshop that the staff engages with. It helps the institutions to manage a progression of it and have a target-based ecosystem also. You can track how many publications were done, say in last 5 years, what is the trend now, you can evaluate those. These help the institution define and again take decisions based on the data that is available in the system. Now the other module is career advancement. So generally career advancement based activities are held time to time, and these activities which are cyclic in nature require the employees to provide all the information at one go, right? But here in Samar, the CAS is integrated with the employee profile and the employee management system. So the employees who have filled their data throughout their life cycle, they need not fill this application separately. On a single click, you can generate a self-assessment report based on the data that you have already entered into the system. So for example, I am publishing a paper today and I am recording it into the system today. And that also needs to be submitted in my self-assessment report, maybe in a next CAS cycle, which could be this year or next year or maybe 2 years from now. I would not have to find out the data at the time the applications are invited for CAS. Through a single click on my platform, I can generate the entire report, add necessary details which are required, but rest of the report is prepared, then submit it for the authorities. And for the institutions can constitute CAS committees on the system. They can define roles of these committees and these different check. Yes. Yes, career advancement is that platform which, just to briefly sum it up, it allows all type of career advancement activities, whether it is performance-based appraisal system or APAR, annual appraisal system. So both workflows are supported for teaching as well as non-teaching employees. So then we have 3 additional modules in the employee domain again. These modules can be availed by the institutions based on the requirement. The first one is residence allocation management. So for the institutions who offer residences on campus premises for the staff, they can use this system to invite applications and do the allotment through the workflow. Then we have training of trainers management system. Here the staff can request for training sessions if they require training on a specialized topic or a subject. And the institution can also create training sessions and organize workshops for all these staff, and the staff can enroll themselves with these training sessions as defined by the institution. Then integration with biometric or facial recognition attendance system. If the institutions already have an attendance system available with them, they can use Samarth APIs to integrate those systems with Samarth. So in the next domain, we have the academic and student related activities. Here we start with the program management, which basically is the configuration of the curriculum, right? So in program management, you define the course catalog, you define the programs, you define the evaluation rule for each course. In Samarth, you can have any evaluation scheme. You can have a relative grading scheme, you can have a absolute grading scheme, you can have marks based evaluation, you can have a grade based evaluation, you can have credit based evaluation. So all these are again available as configuration options, and this can vary not only from program to program but from course to course also. So the atomic level of program management and curriculum management is course here in Samar, where you do all these configurations, and then these courses you can bundle together and then offer as a program to different students, where you can enroll these students. Then admissions and enrollment, you can have an online admissions. You can actually do faceless admissions through Samarth. We integrate with DigiLocker for certificates, photographs and authentic documents. So the entire admission process could be done in a faceless mode through Samarth also. And if not, you have a restriction, or you serve to a specific community in a specific region only, then you can have your back-end admissions process through the system, but there is no limitation. So you can have faceless, semi-faceless and face-to-face admission, all three verticals you can cater through Samarth. And then evaluation and grading, here you can compile results, you can define question paper setters in the system, you can maintain an institutional repository of question paper setters, engage with them to get question papers, deliver those question papers to the examination centers, generate admit card for the students, appear in examinations, and even before that you can invite application for examination through exam forms right through the system. And system also offers you integration with ABC and APAR IDs, which are coming up. So the students themselves can link their authentic ABC IDs through the system. You would not have to collect them maybe through a form or through an offline mode. They can link their authentic account to the system, which you can then use for all the result processing activities. These ABC IDs can then be generated and collated in results, and on a click of a button you can push the results to National Academic Depository also. So the institutions can run their operational setup in Samarth and then connect with national registries through Samarth as well. So ABC is one such registry for these students, and NAD is again a big registry for academic institutions. Both of them are linked in Samarth. Then research management for PhD scholars, we have hostel management, we have a student feedback system. Now the student feedback system can be linked with Samarth's timetable system. We also offer a timetable management system. You can do a post-class feedback, you can do an end semester feedback, you can do a once in a annum feedback, and through this feedback system, you are not only limited to these intervals. You can design surveys at any point in time and can then send those surveys to the students. The students would be able to access these surveys on their logins. Each student is given a login. They will be able to access these surveys on their logins and provide their details on these surveys, which you can then further analyze. Training and placement. So this module allows the institutions to onboard industries and organizations offering placement opportunities. conduct placement drives on the system. They can register for a placement drive. This information is sent to all the students who have activated their logins. Through their logins, they can register for a placement drive. They can sit in that placement drive. The institution can filter those candidates, and the entire process can be transparently observed by the institution. So this way, you can have a good grasp on the employability ratios also. So generally what happens is we have good grasp of our absorption ratio, which is absorption of aspirants and the conversion from aspirant to student. Then we have graduation rate, which can again be recorded in the system. But employability ratio, employability rate, this is something which is a very critical, output driver and output KPI for the institution, but generally goes unmeasured, right? But through training and placement module, you can measure that KPI also. Then fee management is there. You can define different fee configurations for up to the course level, and you can take fees from the student online. All you need to do is to integrate a payment gateway, and fee can also be submitted online. Certificate management. So for different programs, you can offer certificates, degrees, mark sheet, grade cards to the students right through their logins, right? And you can even use the digital, you can adopt a digital first approach and deliver the digital certificates right at the closure of an event. And the physical copies could be on demand. So many institutions have adopted this policy, Delhi University being one of them. Now in Delhi University, mark sheet and degrees are delivered online first, and the offline copies are based on an on-demand mode. So if some student requires an offline copy, they can submit an application separately and get a copy. But online copy and e-copy is delivered to the students as soon as the process concludes. So this saves on a lot of time. Then we have alumni management. All the graduating students could be registered as alumni, and you can open this portal for your past alumni to also register with you. You can engage with them, you can write to them, you can text them, you can ping them at important events, and you can also request endowments from them, which is another system which is there in the governance domain. The endowment systems offers you to take endowments and pledges from different, from public actually, and from your alumni. It also allows you to generate the tax relief certificates from the system. So if I am pledging an endowment to a public institution, a public funded institution, I am covered under certain sections of income tax code. So I can get a certificate generated by the institution, endorsed by the institution right through the system. Then moving to the other modules in academics and student, we offer integration with LMSs also. So, we just had a brief chance to discuss with Dr. Govt and his team in Delhi also about LMSs and Samar, right? So we've been very careful as to not reinventing the wheel, right? We are in the process of evolution, and we want to actually empower the institutions to leverage on not just Samar, but other open source technologies and established platforms also. So you can plug in standardized open LMSs like Moodle with Samar, and you can link them with the student login and the faculty's login, and again you can do away with the requirement of having additional logins and remembering additional access credentials. So it would work again as a unified gateway, and the student dashboard becomes the access window for all services. So we offer integration APIs with Moodle. Then we have an online open book examination. Here you can define question papers, deliver those question papers to the students. The students can take the exam, upload their answer scripts, which the institution can then assign to evaluators. Evaluators can examine, process marks, provide marks to the system, and eventually the institution can also calculate the reimbursement chart from the system. So end-to-end everything is managed through the system in an online open book examination. I think it can be seen as a complete online examination module. It is further augmented to an online quiz system. This is a recent addition and is in beta with Samar, where you can do a large-scale MCQ based quiz for up to 10,000 concurrent students at any time. So you can define an MCQ based quiz on Samar. You can enroll students on Samar. They can take the quiz. Then you can process all the results and you can see all the reports coming in real time to you. Then we move to the next section, which is finance, accounts and supply related. Here we have budget and accounts. I briefly touched upon it already. I won't go into details, but the input is all the billing data and the output is your balance sheet created at the end of the year without any extra intervention, without any extra effort. Then we have research projects and grants management. All the faculties engaging in research projects and research activities can take benefit of this module. They can, the institutions can prepare a registry of the funding bodies. The funds could be recorded in the system, which can become a part of the overall budgeting of the institution and accounting of the institution, where you can follow both the practices. You can do cash-based accounting as well as accrual accounting. Both the accounting practices you can follow in Samar. And with the research projects and grants management, you can generate the utilization certificates for your funding bodies based on the expenditures that you've incurred, and you can record all these details in the system only. Then we have asset and inventory management system. Here you can define the inventories, assign those inventories. They could be issuance, they could be returns, receipts, discarding, end of the life cycle, sort of purging of the assets. All these activities could be managed through these systems. Then we come to the biggest module, which is governance related, which allows you to have a decision support, an additional window for decision support. These modules are grievance management, file tracking and management, affiliation management, estate management, RTI. Then we have a KPI based central data unit, where we show all the institutions more than 300 key performance indicators across different modules. So for example, in inventory system, you would be able to track what inventory item are you buying more frequently and what is the utilization of it, which types of leaves are being taken more frequently, which departments have the operational excellence in processing leaves on time, for example, whether the institution is processing the salaries on time, had there been any delay in salary disbursements and all, how quick is the process, how slow is the process. You can measure all these granular details through these KPI dashboards that we build. Then we offer a brief service desk also for the institution. So you can define ticket queues. In these ticket queues, the users can submit tickets. So for example, request for a pass could be a ticket queue. Request for a Wi-Fi password could be a request queue. So you can define these queues. You can define the administrators responsible for managing those queues. And on a small scale, you can manage these activities. There is not like a very exorbitant and a very big help desk or a service desk, but a brief version of it just to support the institution's functionalities. The other modules are legal case management, content federation, transport and fleet management. Thank you so much. Sports management, other essential services. So, what is the purpose of having so many modules? Is to provide life cycle connects to mostly all the activities that are done in the institution, right? And somewhere, I mean, either in your NAC reports or in your NIRF reports, or in your ISHE reports, at some or the other level, you would need data for these activities, right? So the objective is, if you are following the life cycle through Samarth or through such an automation system, you would not have to spend much time at the time of such audits and at such events, right? If NAC was supposed to happen in, say, next month, you would have data available with you. You just need to prepare this data in the formats that are needed. So, I think I can go on and on this list. All the modules are there. So overall, the baseline of all the modules is providing an observability platform through the institutions to see what is happening in the institutions and when and how efficiently it is being done. So these KPIs, such as variety in the programs and courses that are being offered, enrollment ratio, interest, intake, output, droppages in programs, socio-economic coverage of learners and staff, infrastructure facilities, automation coverage, KPI monitoring for services, research, grants, innovations, and digital automation levels. All these could be captured in Samarth and they could be validated time to time, and there could be an ecosystem of these KPIs being projected for all the institutions, and the institutions can compare their KPIs also. So, all in all, this is again indication of how Samarth has grown over the years after catering to so many institutions. We serve more than 1 crore student records on Samarth. Some of the largest universities have been onboarded on Samarth and use Samarth for their academic activities. Then we cater to more than 64,000 employees all across. So far, 1.6 lakh salary statements have been generated and delivered timely through Samarth. More than 60,000 files have been logged and tracked in the system. More than 1 lakh leave applications have been processed online. More than 11 lakh applications for recruitment alone have been processed through the system. And the institutions were able to award more than 5 lakh digital degrees to their students on just a click of a button. And again, we also support other state and national initiatives like scholarship platforms and all. So we have launched 3 international scholarship have been launched on Samarth platform. So this has been a brief journey. So I'll skip the KPI part. We have already covered during my narration on the modules. Now this is again a very important part, right? So when we say an ERP implementation, the adoption is rather over a period of time, right? The provisioning is instant, but the adoption and the usage, it only comes over a standard and stipulated time, right? So we want to have, these are some of the key enablers for success of Samarth in institutions. So we have to have a collaborative approach, and we have to have stakeholder commitment towards automation and digitization. We follow a process engineering-led approach for customizations. Many a times customizations are needed. We also understand they're different. The processes could differ from one institution to the other institution. But we prefer and we believe that a process re-engineering-led approach not only allows us to automate quickly, but also brings in standardization and longevity of the interventions that are being designed. So if we keep on just designing based on what we see, if we simply translate paper-based processes to the online forms, that is not the intent of Samarth. The objective is to see the processes, see what can be re-engineered, see what needs to be redesigned, and then systematically approach it through automation. So we prefer to have a process re-engineering led approach for customizations. Then we believe that we gradually move from a guided assistance to aided role, and then eventually to a self-reliant role for the institutions. So over this period, we want the institutions to build their own capacities on Samar. We don't necessarily want the institutions to always be dependent on Samar for all these functions. So initially we would be guiding, working more closely with you, and slowly we would be moving more towards this self-reliancy. Then we want the key leadership of the institution. This is the most important part, to have their dashboards up and running always and have their eyes on what is happening in the institutions. And it is only through their direction that such initiatives could be made more fruitful. So this is like a brief introduction on what Samarth is, what kind of modules are there, what kind of KPIs the system generates, what could be done through Samarth, and those things. Then we can move to admissions next. Discuss the admissions part. Okay. So we'll move to the admissions, the unified admission system next. So come on that side, brother. Can I move it? So this is a workflow of how the unified admission system is operated. So we start from the applicant sign up on the single platform. At the sign up, we take only the minimal detail. We only take the email, the mobile number, the name, that's it, to verify the identity of the student. Once the verification is done, the student is given a login, and then he can start with their, they can start with their application. The first component of the application is filling basic profile and doing all the uploads, which could be related to social categories, could be on different, state-specific categories that the state has allowed. The date of birth certificates, all those identity documents could be uploaded at this stage. Next, we move to the submission of the profile. After submission, we generate a preview of the application for the student. The student can see and verify all the details that they have filled. We have an optional interface here, which is regarding the registration fee. This depends on the state policy as well as the higher education institutions policy, whether fee is to be taken for registrations or not. Then the next step is application for programs. So here, if there is a unified state portal, generally there are more than one universities, and with each university there are more than one college. With each college there are more than one programs. So the students select the combinations to apply for. Once the all combinations are selected, the student can submit their choices. Now with every program, we believe that there could be some additional requirements. So some of the details are program specific, some of the details are common. So for example, for graduation, for undergraduate programs, the criteria is either through an entrance like CUET or based on class 12th marks. So the student needs to enter these details only once, but there are certain information which could vary from program to program. So for example, for life science programs, there could be a requirement to study biology, and then there could be a requirement to add biology marks in the system. Similarly, for computer science, there could be a requirement to study mathematics. So program specific requirements, the details related to program specific requirements are taken at this stage. Then an overall preview is generated for the student for the overall application that they have filled. Then again an optional step, whether if there is a program fees, that fees can be paid here, and then the application is marked as submitted. These are some of the screens. I'm not sure whether they are visible to all of you. So, but all these screens are mobile friendly. The student can do this application form filling from any device. They can do it from a mobile phone, from a tablet, from a desktop, laptop, any device which has an internet connectivity. So finally they can generate their application print forms if they want to, or can store them as soft copies. And if it is a faceless ecosystem, they can engage with the other activities. We'll just come to those, what the administrators do. If it is a semi-faceless ecosystem, from here on forward they can take a copy of that form, approach the institution. The institution already has their details on the system, right? So there are touch points of linking the DigiLocker account and getting the verified certificates from DigiLocker, so that even for the institution it is easier to verify and scrutinize such applications. On the administrator part, this is post the application form has filled. There is an administrator part before the admission have started, which is at the pre-admission level, which is regarding the configuration. At the configuration level, colleges, universities and all the institutions engaging in admission process need to define the programs which are open for intake and the intake capacity for those programs and courses. So once the intake capacity is defined, if the institution practices a reservation policy as defined by this stage, those policies can also be applied at the time of merit list generation. So once every configuration is done, then the application for the students is opened. Once the applications are filled, this is how the administrators can see, monitor, scrutinize, and then do the post-application part of admission processing. So institution can check incoming application. If you are a college, you can, and you run 10 programs, you can define 10 different users also. So you can distribute the workload. You need not only do everything with a single login, but you can distribute the workload. All the principles here, you could have a role for finally verifying the application, but the scrutiny part you can delegate for different users for different programs. So all that you can do in the system without any programmatic intervention. The institution can download the applicant data also. This activity sometimes is redundant, sometimes it is needed, but it is again, it stems on the policy of the institution as well as the state about data retention and maintaining a copy of data for however long. So the institutions can download this application form. They can preserve this data either in e-format or in print format as indicated by their own policies and as legally required. So after this, the institution can prepare the merit lists on the system. So for example, if you follow a cutoff approach, you can define the cutoff for a particular program and you can prepare an ordered list of applicants based on the reservation policy for each program. If you follow a rank-based approach and you have integrated with some examination results, you can have direct allocation from the system as well. So on the rank based approach, based on the results provided by the student, each student can be awarded one allocation based on their best preference. It generally happens with NITs, IITs, and in CUET, Common University Entrance Test also, where there is one exam where the student appears and gets a score, and based on that score he is eligible to apply in multiple programs, and based on the best preference, as in the program where his score is most suitable, he is awarded admission there, and for the other program other students are awarded the admission. And then you can conduct subsequent rounds of allocation also. There could be, you can give an option for the students to upgrade their admission provided there is a vacancy, and or to retain the same admission if there is no vacancy. So all of it can be managed through the system. The auto allocation based on common seat allocation algorithm can be done in the system also, in case you follow entrance based criteria for admissions. Cutoff based criteria, you can also do that. So once you have done it, you mark the students you shortlist them for admission. Here, a payment link, again this is an optional step. If you want to take online payment for admission and first semester or first year or whatever duration you define, you can generate a payment link from the system. This payment link is sent to students on their dashboard, on their email, as well as their mobile. They can tap on it and pay online. Once you have received the payment, you can verify the details and you can grant admission. So again, not sure whether it is visible, but this is the interface that the institutions get. Now, this interface is also available, this is also mobile friendly, it can also be done on mobile phones if needed, but preferably it is better to do on a system, because you will be seeing so many details and scrutinizing the admission details of the students and the application, which carry so many details. So although it is mobile friendly, but you may have terminals for accessing the administration part at least. So this is the flow that I just described, right from the online application till final admission into the university. These are all the steps. You can open for multiple programs, and by the way, you can conduct multiple admission rounds also. So if you are having UG programs, PG programs, certificate programs, you can do different admission rounds. You can open different admission portals at the same time. You can open different admission portals at different times. So all these activities can be done in the system based on your own curriculum and based on your own academic calendar. So use case wise, I believe this is a diverse group. There would be some colleges which might also be offering admissions to foreign students. Some might be catering to medical students also. So in Samar, we have captured all those use cases as well. We have dedicated portal for maintaining foreign student registry, FSR admissions. That can be done in the system. You can do medical NEET based admissions in the system also. You can do MBA admissions, CAT based admissions in the system as well. And CUET based admissions also you can do. With CUET, just like there is an integration with DigiLocker, there is an integration with CUET. The student doesn't need to enter any details, just their CUET number, and as soon as they have entered their CUET number, all the details are fetched from the CUET platform, and those details are then recorded in the student's admission application, which can then be processed by the institution. So through this integration, the chances of having mistakes in critical data is avoided. So these integrations are available with boards of education also, like with CBSE and National Institute of Open Schooling. There is an integration. So all the students studying in CBSE, they only need to enter their CBSE class 12 roll number, and their details and their results are fetched automatically from CBSE database through DigiLocker, and then it saves on the scrutiny part and saves on the chances of mistakes that the student could do while entering those marks. This integration can also be extended to state boards, provided the state board puts their marks on DigiLocker. So again, this is the admission process. We just covered one journey of granting a successful admission. But yes, there are withdrawals, there are cancellation, there are those events also. So those can also be managed from the system. So the students, if they are willing to cancel their admission, they can raise a cancellation request. You can analyze that and cancel their admission. They can, you can also post queries on students. For example, if one student has applied in a certain program, but you observe some discrepancy in their data, some discrepancy in the uploads that they have done in the system. Maybe the photo is tilted, which mostly happens. It's not a clear passport size photograph, it's a selfie, maybe with a different platform, maybe with a different orientation. So you can scrutinize those and you can ask the students to provide those details again from the system only. Need not do it outside the system. And this is again very important for security in charges in the institution as well as the principals and heads. You can define what data is visible to, at what level. You can mask the private contact information of the student, because many a times it happens is, the data gets leaked of personal details of the student with their addresses, phone numbers, emails, right? So you can define those access levels. You can define that for exam processing, all the data would be displayed in a masked way, and all the emails, SMS can be done from the system. You need not export the emails to do any activity. In that process only, you can ask queries, post queries to the student and get response in terms of documents or clarifications from them. So once the admission is granted, you can continue with the student life cycle in Samar. You can enroll these students into classes, start with their, again, life cycle activities. This is one progression from admission to the student life cycle in Samar. If for certain programs, or in case you are doing external admissions, which is also a possibility, many a times their admissions are done through a different agency and you get the data of the final candidates. So you can start from that level also. If you have the data, you can directly start with enrollment in the Samar ecosystem. So admissions is one module, then student life cycle is the other module. So this modular architecture enables you to start from any point. So you could use a third-party admission system also, or you could be using Samar's admission system as well. So these are some of the details on Samar. Similarly, such details are available with all the modules. We have a documentation platform also, where you will find the technical documentation, including the user flows for all the modules, as well as the user guides and administrator guides for all the modules. This is for openly available. This the address is docs.samarth.ac.in, docs.samarth.ac.in. So there you can access all the details of all the modules of Samarth. You can understand their user flows. You can see what the functionalities are, and then we have deployed a demo portal also, which you can explore at your own free time and test out the system and the workflows. So the demo portal is at demo.samarth.ac.in, demo.samarth.ac.in. So there you can go and log in and can start playing around with the system. So that actually sums up the agenda that we had for this meeting. If there are any questions, I can take those. So please.
how much time you took for development of this?
So it's still ongoing.
But still,
Yes.
on an average.
This process started with certain pilot universities in 2019. So all the modules have different maturity levels. So over a period of time, we have been able to add more use cases. So for example, initially we were working with central universities only. So certain use cases were there. Then we started working with NITs. So more use cases were introduced. Then we started working with iCerts and different type of institutions. So with every institution, new and new use cases were introduced in the system. So still, we call it as an evolutionary platform. We don't still say that it has reached its end goal. But yes, it has come across and catered to all different use cases. So more and more configurations options are available in the system now. So still under development and regular update. So modules are under regular update and regular testing and regular deployment. And all of it is being offered on cloud. So another important point that you need not have any infrastructural setup for using it. It will be provided to you on cloud. All you need is an internet connection and a terminal to use it.
So for a Goa University affiliated colleges, you can have a tailor-made something.
Yes, you can configure it to your own flavor, yes.
Thank you so much. I ask all the dignitaries to take their place on the dais, please. Okay. Honorable CM is already here. A great round of applause for our Honorable CM.
तुलसीदास भाई
Thank you all the dignitaries. Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, is known for his accessibility and willingness to listen to the concerns of the people. Sir, your genuine concern for the well-being of citizens of your state has not gone unnoticed. Ms. Rasika, it is your special privilege to welcome our Honorable CM, Dr. Pramod Sawant. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the moment we have been waiting for. I kindly request the Education Secretary, Government of Goa, and Professor Sanjeev Singh, Principal Investigator Samar Project, to come forward and sign the Memorandum of Understanding.
डीआईपी का उम्र है डीआईपी
The signing of these documents symbolizes a commitment to collaboration, growth, and the realization of shared objectives. Thank you all the dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to take just a moment to express my sincere appreciation to the Education Secretary, Shri Prasad Loliekar Sir, IAS. Sir, your dedication, vision and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of academic excellence have truly made a significant impact on many among us. Your new role as the Secretary of Education has already brought a sense of enthusiasm and fresh perspective to the field of education. May I request you to address the gathering.
Chief guest of today's function, Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant sir, other dignitaries, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Professor Sharad Mishra, Professor Anil Singh Bafila, Director of Higher Education Bhushan Savekar, and Dr. Mahadev Gawas, all principals, all system administrators and other teachers, professors and friends. Today we are signing a MOU with Samar. I just want to explain you what is Samar and why Samar. Now Samar is an initiative of Government of India, Ministry of Education and Delhi University. It's a joint venture of Ministry of Education and Delhi University. Government of India, Department of Education, Higher Education has entrusted the task of creating this platform to Delhi University, and Delhi University has created this platform called Samar. Already around 45 central universities, 69 state universities and around 3,200 colleges are already there on Samar platform. Samar is nothing but an academic management system, as you know by now, and you also know those who are under higher education system. They are already there on our own academic management system. Now it is a similar platform, all same platform. Then you will ask me why Samar? We are already on academic management system. Only few colleges which are under technical education or which are altogether private but affiliated to Goa University or Health Department, they are not in academic management system. But on Samar, everybody has to come on board. This is an initiative of Government of India. Why Samar? Because there is no cost involved. The entire cost will be borne by Government of India and there is no cost on state government or on student. If at all we want to charge student, it is only for the maintaining the platform. It will be nominal. That is one. Second thing is, there are many other platforms or portals which we can integrate to Samar. For example, now Goa has already launched or launching a Chief Minister's Scholarship Portal, which is an initiative of Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, wherein on this platform all the scholarship will be available on this platform, right from application to up to end user. However, this cannot be integrated on any platform which is outsourced. It has to be integrated on this type of government platform. Why? Because now scholarship will be Aadhaar linked. Unless it is Aadhaar linked, we are not able to know whether there is a duplication, whether any person is taking another scholarship or what is the income. All these things can be possible only when it is Aadhaar linked, and Aadhaar can be linked only when it is a government platform. There are other requirements of many colleges which are autonomous in nature, or there are many colleges which are not fitting in general college as such, for example medical college or dental college or music college. On this platform it can be integrated free of cost. On that platform also it can be integrated, but they will charge us for customizing the portal or customizing their platform as per the needs of the university or colleges. Now here there is no cost involved and they will customize as per your requirement, as per the requirement of individual colleges. Now, last question I will just answer and stop my speech. Now, many people may feel now you are already on some platform. Those who are already on institution under higher education platform, whether you need to fill all the data all together again. No. You will not even know when this integration take place. It will take place automatically. Our people in Director of Higher Education will import data from that platform to this platform, and it will be seamless transaction. So don't worry about that. And only thing, that platform will continue for few months or few years, just because there are two different systems going on now. Old system before NEP and new system after NEP, but there will not be double workload on anyone to feed data twice or to integrate data from one platform to other platform. This will solve the problem of all entire education system. Again, last I would like to tell you, this will be the mandatory for all educational institutions which are functioning in Goa. Many people may think that it's optional. No, it's not optional. It will be mandatory for all educational institutions. Those who are functioning in Goa, because now if you go to PM Usha portal also, there is a column there whether you are there on Samar platform, yes or no. There are marks given for that also, whether you are on Samar platform or no. In future, all the states will have to come on this platform for any central funding. It will happen one day, and it is already happening. Now there are many states, those who have completed this task. I think Assam and J&K, these are the two states who have completed the task, and we will be third state to complete this task completely. But few of universities and few educational institutions from across India are already there on the platform. And moreover, I think even from Goa, they have a request from IIT and NIT. So IIT, NIT will also be there on their platform. So in short, all the educational institutions in Goa will have to come on board if they want to avail any type of government scheme or even affiliation to Goa University. Because government will officially write to Goa University that to issue a circular to all affiliated institutions to come on board, or otherwise affiliation may be cancelled. Because right now we have to take the step immediately and as fast as possible, because we have to implement NEP and we have to complete all these tasks we have to achieve all the goals wherein NEP has already fixed the goals and NEP has already fixed the year to complete that task. So that is why we are telling you all, and we are requesting all the educational institutions to come on board, and I know and I am sure that you will cooperate, and I take this opportunity to thank you all for coming here in these numbers, and in future also you will cooperate with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Your dedication to enhancing access to quality education, fostering innovation, and supporting educators is absolutely commendable. Ladies and gentlemen, I am truly impressed by our Honorable Chief Minister's vision and dedication to public service. The higher education fraternity has wholeheartedly supported his leadership and looks forward to continued progress under his guidance. May I now request our Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant to address the gathering.
Signing of the MOU between the implementation of the e-governance Samarth portal of the Delhi University and the Government of Goa, Director of Higher Education. For this function, along with me, Professor Sanju Singh, the Principal Investigator of the Samarth project, Prasad Dolekar, IAS Secretary of the Education, Government of Goa, Sri Sharad Mishra, Head of the Project and Technology, Bhushan Savekar, Director of Higher Education, Principal and Faculty, other dignitaries on the dais. Magadisa Samarth e-governance, building future ready for the digital campuses. Government वेगवेगळे ई-गव्हर्नन्साक वचत आसा. थोड्याच दिसा पयलीं म्हणजे 2 दिसाच्या पयलीं चीफ मिनिस्टर स्कॉलरशीप पोर्टल आमी लॉन्च केलो. चीफ मिनिस्टर स्कॉलरशीप पोर्टल लॉन्च करता आसतना फ्रॉम KG टू PG जशें म्हणटा तशें सगळ्या जाणांक जितक्या जाणांक स्कॉलरशीपी घेवपाक जाय प्रत्येक फावटी वेगवेगळी एप्लिकेशन्स आणि दर वर्सा परत परत डॉक्युमेंटेशन हे सगळे सबमीट करचे पडटाले. आम्ही चीफ मिनिस्टर स्कॉलरशिप पोर्टलाचेर येता आसतना एकेच फावटी एकदाच स्कॅन केले डॉक्युमेंट इट विल गो थ्रू आउट टिल हिज ग्रॅज्युएशन किंवा पोस्ट ग्रॅज्युएशन पर्यंत तो युटिलायज जातलो. आणि तेजे खऱ्या अर्थान बरें इम्प्लिमेंटेशन म्हणजे आमकां खंयच्या डिपार्टमेंटा कडेन खंयचो फॉर्म हाडून वयचो पडचो ना किंवा खंयच्या डिपार्टमेंटा कडेन आपली स्कॉलरशीप केन्ना येतली काय म्हणून विचारून वयचें पडचें ना. द ट्रॅकिंग ऑल्सो डन ऑन दॅट पोर्टल ओनली. आणि पहिली जो डिले 2 वर्सां खातीर जातालो मॅक्झिमम टू मॅक्झिमम विदिन 2 मंथ म्हणजे वी वील इम्प्लिमेंट दॅट स्कीम हे म्हणपाक कांयच हरकत ना. आज म्हाका खूब बरें दिसता कित्याक त्या रुमान आमी IOCLच्या बरोबर एग्रीमेंट रिन्युएबल एनर्जी खातीर केलो. रिन्युएबल एनर्जी फॉर द RE चार्जिंग स्टेशन ताज्या उपरांत 10,000 ट्री प्लांटेशन्स आनी हेवटेन आमी एड्युकेशनाचो MOU विथ द समर्थ प्लॅटफॉर्माचेर सायन करता. म्हणजे गव्हर्मेंट डे बाय डे डिफरंट इनिशिएटिव्स सातत्यात फुडें घेवन वता. सेक्रेटरी एड्युकेशन प्रसाद दोलेकर हांणी डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ हायर एड्युकेशनान वेगवेगळे बदल फाटल्या 2 वर्सांत खूब मोठ्या प्रमाणात बदल आणि वेगवेगळ्या युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या बरोबर टायप ड्युएल डिग्री सिस्टम डिप्लोमा डिग्री सिस्टम एट अ टायम हे स्टुडंट्सांक ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी दिवपाची संद त्याने दिली आणि खरोखरच निश्चित त्याचा फायदो खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणात आमच्या स्टुडंट्सांक जावपाक लागलेलो आसा. As once again I am congratulating for the Director of Education, Secretary of Education and entire team of the Director of Higher Education and Delhi University for signing this MOU. म्हाका दिसता डिटेलान हांवें सांगपाची गरज ना. ह्या हातूंतल्यान कितें कितें फायदे आमकां आनी तुमकां सगळ्यांक जातले. इट इज द ई-गव्हर्नन्स प्लॅटफॉर्म okay, and which will give for the technology into the education delivery karta astana. The special things is the Samarth Education is an online admission application with a common unified portal and which is making the convenient for the students and for the teachers also. Third thing, it is a comprehensive system and that will be the assist the educational institutions in effectively organizing the for the platforms. Samarth platform is the transfer of the economic bank of the credit between 2 institutions. Third, Samarth will be the automatic for the all the government sponsored scholarship and disbursement. Fifth one, it is a comprehensive examination module will signed. एकत्र साइन करता तुम्ही. Financial module of the Samarth which will be the managed by the financial operations and transactions. HR module which is designed effectively to manage the various aspects of the HR functioning. म्हाका दिसता हे सगळे जर पळयत it will very easy process for all the institutions. म्हणजे स्पेशली IT heads, account heads, HR heads जितके जण हँडल करता इन फ्युचर माझे तर म्हणणे आसा आमकां खूब मोठ्या प्रमाणात नॉन टिचिंग स्टाफ जो दिवचो पडटा पळय न्ही तो सुद्धा दिवचो पडचो ना. हांव मुद्दम कित्याक सांगलें तर टॅक्निकल हांव प्रसादा कडेन तेच उलयतालो की खुबशीं कामां जी आसा पळय न्ही इट इज इजी जातली आनी खुबश्यो गजाली तुमच्यो ज्यो आसा पळय न्ही त्यो हातूंतल्यानूच सॉल्व जातल्यो. तर ती इनिशिएटिव्स घेवन जाता तितके बेगीन इम्प्लिमेंटेशन करप आनी एज अ लॉंग रन बेनिफीट विच इज फॉर द इम्प्लिमेंटेशन ऑफ द NEP 2020 हे जेन्ना आमी इम्प्लिमेंटेशन करतले तेन्ना ताचो बेनिफीट आमकां चड मोठ्या प्रमाणात दिसूंक येतलो. म्हाका दिसता आमी विच इज द 3rd स्टेट फॉर इम्प्लिमेंटेशन ऑफ द Samarth. 7th स्टेट फॉर द इम्प्लिमेंटेशन ऑफ द Samarth. त्या खातीर जाता तितके बेगीन चड मोठ्या प्रमाणात दिसूंक येतलो. म्हाका दिसता आमी which is the 3rd state for implementation of the Samarth. This is the 7th state for the implementation of the Samarth. त्या खातीर जाता तितके बेगीन आमी आमचे हेड ऑफिसांतल्यान मॉनिटर करता. ते शिकयता कशें शिकता कितले कितें शिकयलें सगळें मॉनिटर करता A to Z. म्हणजे विद्या समीक्षा केंद्राचो पोर्टल म्हाका दिसता ज्यांनी वचून पळयला आमच्या हेतूंतल्यान तेच्या लक्षांत येतलें पेडण्या पासून काणकोणच्या भुरग्याचें ट्रॅकिंग करप इतकी बरी सिस्टम आम्ही विद्या समीक्षा केंद्रांतल्यान इम्प्लिमेंट केली आणि टुडे वी आर जॉईनिंग हँड्स विथ द समर म्हणल्या उपरांत ताच्या फुडले हायर एज्युकेशन आम्ही समर्थ प्लॅटफॉर्माच्या घेतल्या उपरांत शैक्षणिक क्षेत्रात खूप मोठो बदल हो ई गव्हर्नन्साचो आम्ही हाडटा. समर्थ ई गव्हर्नन्स पोर्टल आम्ही MOU जो आज सायन केला व शैक्षणिक क्षेत्रात केल्लो आम्ही सगळ्यात व्हडली क्रांती आसा. निश्चितरित्या हाजो आमकां खऱ्या अर्थान फुडल्या म्हणजे आम्ही निश्चित प्रत्येक गजाल हांव विचार करता आसतना म्हणटा की इन दीस आझादी का अमृत काल आम्ही ज्यो गजाली ह्या वर्सांतल्यान करता ताचे आमकां लॉंग रन रिजल्ट फुडल्या 25 वर्सांक सगळ्या सिस्टमींतल्यान दिसून येतले. इन दीस आझादी का अमृत काल आम्ही ज्यो गजाली ह्या वर्सांतल्यान करता ताचे आमकां लॉंग रन रिजल्ट फुडल्या 25 वर्सांक सगळ्या सिस्टमींतल्यान दिसून येतले. म्हणजे आरी खातीर केल्लो आयचो एग्रीमेंट फुडल्या 25 वर्सांनी कार्बन इमिशन झिरोच्यो गजाली आमी मुद्दाम उलयना. आतांच कित्याक उलयता तर फुडल्या 25 वर्सांक कार्बन इमिशन झिरो करपाक जाय म्हणून आरी एग्रीमेंट सायन करता. म्हणून आमकां चार्जिंग स्टेशन लागता. ती प्रत्येक क्षेत्रात जर मोठो बदल घडलो आसत जाल्यार त्याचं फावंडेशन केन्ना तरी घालपाची गरज आसा. अँड दीस इज द रायट टायम टू पूट द फावंडेशन. वन्स अगेन आय एम कॉंग्रॅच्युलेटिंग यू पीपल ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ यू ऑल ऑफ यू आर कमिंग ऑन द समर्थ प्लॅटफॉर्म. आता येतले काय ना सगळे जाण येतले काय ना. प्रसादान सांगला त्या प्रमाणे इट इज अ कंपल्सरी तुमकां सगळ्या जाणांक येवचें पडटलें. हांव परत एकदा सांगता परत एकदा तुमकां खूब खूब अभिनंदन करता आनी म्हाजी दोन उतरां सोंपयता. देव बरें.